Hello everyone, I'd like to welcome you to the Body ChemCast. I'm Rocco Distefano here, the Body Chemist, and we're here today to expand our knowledge and become the best versions of ourselves in spirit, mind, and body. So before you start, I'd like to remind you all, the only person you need to compete against was the person you were yesterday. With that being said, let's get it started. And today I'm here with the CEO of Cochi, and that's Skip over here. And I'm here with the CEO of Abigail. I'm here with two business professionals and entrepreneurs. And today they're gonna talk about their successes, their challenges, and their triumphs of their companies, and the challenges, successes that they've had personally in the growth moments that they have had. So Skip, tell me something about Cochi. Tell me about it.
So
what is Cochi?
So Cochi is a platform predominantly for trainers and coaches who want to expand on their business and or bring in brand new business. So we're really geared towards a brand new coach or a brand new trainer who's trying to get into the industry. They want to have a platform to be able to market themselves. And what we do is we manage and market their entire businesses for them. Right now, we just launched an MVP, which is minimum viable product. And that product is available in the iOS Apple Store for iOS only right now, not for Android. And we're really excited about targeting trainers that can come in, be on the platform, and clients who are looking for those trainers can search for them, swipe left or swipe right, just like your favorite dating app, and select one, and then go out and train with them. All the processes are done through the app. Yeah, we're really excited about it, and we're hoping to expand on the features of it as it starts to grow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I guess what got you interested in fitness, because it looks like Cochi is predominantly a fitness app.
Yes.
Where clients can find their trainers that they're seeking. What got you interested in fitness, and
what spawned it?
Yeah, what spawned fitness for you?
So, okay, so a little bit about my own personal fitness and my own personal history. About 3.5 years ago, I had quintuple bypass open heart surgery. After I had that open heart surgery, you know, something like that really starts you to think about your own personal mortality, about like, oh my God, this happened to me, and I was not an old man. I thought that stuff like that happened to people who were old and out of shape, and here I was, a young guy, I was 51 years old, in really good shape, especially for my age. I was athletic, I was lifting weights, I was muscular, I was strong, and here I was faced with this heart condition. Rushed to the emergency room, had to have open heart surgery, the whole 9 yards, survived it. But what that did was it created things in my head that started me thinking about how can I help to prevent other people from having something like this happen. During that process, my roommate at the time and a couple of the trainers that I worked with, they started a GoFundMe page for me. And I knew that whatever I got from that GoFundMe page was a gift, and that I need to use that money towards something that was going to help other people. And my way of doing that was relocating, coming out to Los Angeles, and really coming out here with a goal and a dream, and saying, you know what, I'm going to focus and really try and make this work. So fast forward, I get out here and I start to do more research about fitness and health and stuff like that, and I discovered that people of color, black and brown people, and just people of color in general, suffer the most from diseases and disorders that can be corrected through
lifestyle changes. Yep.
Through simple lifestyle changes. Like I joke about it, but I say most people die from suicide because if they simply changed the way they ate or changed the way that they moved and exercised,
yeah, it's self-inflicted. Yeah, it's all habits. It's all habits that we develop, and it's essentially we're self-inflicting these wounds or these habits on ourselves, because unfortunately a lot of these people that aren't fortunate enough to learn, or they're more naive of the fact of what they should put in their body, what they should do with their body, of this vesicle that we were given by God or by whatever you believe in, you know.
Yes.
And we don't know, we don't have any guidance to do what what with our body, what to put in our body.
Yes.
So a lot of people, I agree with you there, self-inflicted, self-harm. And if they get the proper guidance, they get the proper direction, they have a tour guide,
Exactly.
like a trainer,
Yes.
like a healthcare practitioner,
Yep.
like a doctor,
Yep.
a counselor, a physician, a psychologist, someone who can push them lightly in the right direction with habits. I think that would take them away from what you call suicide. Via their naivety of their habits that they do on a daily basis.
So here's what I started to think about. So in a lot of the underserved communities, people are afraid of joining a gym. You know, they make every excuse about why they can't hire a trainer or why they can't join a gym and so forth and so on. So our slogan is affordable, accessible, and convenient. So we wanted to create an app that's affordable, accessible, and convenient. So from a client's perspective, they can go on to the app, they can select a coach or a trainer that's within their demographic, that within their budget, and they can, and within their time frame of when they want to train. So if you're a working mom and you only make $40,000 a year and you don't have a whole lot of time to do personal fitness, the likelihood of you joining a gym and actually going every single day is very, very slim.
Correct.
So with Cochi, you can literally go on that day. You can hire a trainer for that specific day. You can work with that coach one time if you want, and you can choose a coach that's within your budget. So if you want a coach that's only $40 for the hour and you want to try him out, you try him out. So afterwards, if you say, well, you know, I really like that guy, but I want somebody to teach me how to box. I want somebody to do a yoga class with me. So now you have the options of selecting different coaches based on your personal needs.
Awesome. That's interesting. Yeah. So you can essentially log into this app, and when you log into this app, you can go and you can select what your general interests are. So if I want to go and I want to select a coach that focuses in bodybuilding,
yes,
or focuses in swimming,
yes,
I can find that coach in this app.
Yep.
That is awesome.
That's what we're looking to do. We're looking to do exactly that. And then on top of that, we want to make it easier for people. Like I knew a lot of people when I was a trainer at Equinox, I knew a lot of people who were
Is that where you started your fitness career and training, or did you start at another gym?
I started at Equinox.
I guess everyone started at Equinox, right? Yeah.
A lot of the successful ones.
Yeah, a lot of the successful ones. But you would be shocked at how many clients are actually intimidated by the trainers. They don't want to go up to a trainer and ask a trainer to train them. They're afraid. Yeah. And people are intimidated by trainers. They're intimidated by the process, like especially for me, because I've always been a bodybuilder and I've always been very muscular. Mm-hmm. And so I've very rarely had women come up and say, you know, I want to ask you about your prices or anything like that, because they're literally intimidated. But
has that been one of the challenges that you think you see in the fitness industry, that clients are a little bit more anxious and avoidant of reaching out, approaching a trainer? And do you feel that most fitness professionals have to go and seek out their clients because of that?
Yes, there's a couple of things. So another big thing that spawned the way that Cochi works is dating. Because in a lot of ways, the way that clients and coaches interact in a gym setting, it's like dating. It's like a bar. It's like a bar scene. So here you've got...
It's a club.
It's a club.
It's a club. Equinox or any gym is a fitness club. You know?
You actually really have to like your trainer for you to be motivated.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it's not going to work. It has to be a perfect match.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you see this guy or gal walking up to you with this shirt on that says trainer, right?
Right.
And you're there doing your thing, right? And you know when they're coming up to you that they're going to try and solicit.
Right.
You know that. And so when they get to you, they use the dating line like, hey, what are you working on? And you're like, oh my God, Jesus, You know what I'm saying? And it becomes a really annoying thing for some clients.
Yeah.
You know, clients want to be able to chill out and relax and choose a trainer if they want to choose a trainer. You know, not everybody. Some people like that approach. But a lot of people are really like turned off by it. And from a trainer's perspective, trainers are uncomfortable with approaching a client because they don't want to get what? They don't want to get turned off. You know, they don't want somebody to reject them. They don't want the rejection. And the reality is...
Dating.
Yeah,
just like dating.
It's just like dating.
Yeah.
It's just like dating. So then once you get into that environment, you've met someone, you're training with that person, and now the trainer thinks you're theirs. Okay? And so here's what Cochi, the trainer feels like you're theirs. So now you see a new trainer come in and you're like, ooh, I really want to train with that guy, but I can't because if my trainer sees me with that guy, we're gonna have a problem. It's like dating.
Right, exactly.
And so with Cochi, what we decided to do is create an environment where the client is in control, similar to Bumble. So the client gets to choose the trainer. The trainer cannot solicit the client.
I love it.
So that's interesting. So as the client is in complete control to book, choose where they want to train.
Yep.
Choose how they want to train, choose what they want to train.
Yep.
So if I want to go and bodybuild in the park in Los Angeles at Venice Beach, I can choose any trainer that's on that app.
On that app and the trainer that. So right now, because this is a minimum viable product, we don't have that option of geographic. But in the future, very near future, you'll literally be able to Grindr is one of the things that we talk about is Grindr. You'll be able to tell how close the trainer is to you.
Awesome.
So literally, you'll be able
Will that be an option to turn off and turn on the location?
Yes.
So if I am a trainer and I'm in West Hollywood off of Santa Monica Boulevard, and I want everyone to know I'm here in this 100-foot vicinity, I can have all my prospective clients know that.
Yep.
And
it's like
geotagging.
Yeah, geotagging.
So kind of like how Snapchat, if you opt to put on your location, they can see where you are. They can seek your services, and you want to do this eventually globally.
Yes, eventually. I mean, listen, the sky's the limit. I am a big spiritual person. There's no doubt in my mind that this is going to come together and be big.
It is huge.
There's no
huge
doubt.
potential.
It's a very big need at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I'm not the type of person that actually goes to the gym. It's just not me. Even if I'm being forced by Rocco. So that's one of the reasons why
the freedom and autonomy of where you want to, and that's kind of what the app of Cochi seems like it has over most gyms. A gym, you walk into Equinox, where are you? You're at Equinox.
Yes.
Yeah.
With Cochi, it seems that you're using the application, the app Cochi, but you have the freedom, autonomy to go and train wherever you want.
Even virtual.
And ironically, that's what your suits do. And Abby, her company, Aoi, her EMS suits are, the slogan is you can train anywhere. You don't need a gym.
It's a gym you wear.
It's a gym you wear.
Exactly.
Amazing. That's outstanding.
So it's especially during this pandemic, it's definitely a lifesaver for everyone, because not only that you can basically work out anywhere, you can go anywhere with it. You can take it to vacations. You can. I actually personally travel with it. I use it.
Use on the airplane. Use on the airplane.
Yeah.
Stimulate your muscles.
Long flights. Yeah. It's perfect basically. But not that you're gonna work out on the airplane. But if you're flying private, I'm sure that can be done. But this is such an amazing project. I think Body ChemCast is really about collaborating and putting people together. I
think the biggest thing most people seek is collaboration. And as a fitness professional, as an entrepreneur, you're always trying to seek out people that you can do collaborations with, that you can come together and you can bring like-minded, common denominator people together to come towards a common goal. It's interesting, during COVID, during coronavirus, you think that gyms are having the most challenges right now.
Right.
Yeah.
But with trainers are also having challenges, but with an app like Cochi and suits and applications like advanced wearables Aoi are putting out there, it's actually making the playing field level for most trainers, it seems. So it seems like an app like Cochi and a company like Aoi are actually helping trainers not have to rely on a gym like Equinox, like a gym like LA Fitness, a gym like Lifetime Fitness. And what I believe is, most of these gyms try to own their clients.
Yes.
Whether it be Lifetime Fitness, whether it be Equinox.
Yes.
And have you ever had an experience where like a gym like that has tried to like own your brain trust, own you as a person? Own your brand and control those things that you can put out there to the general public by marketing yourself and seeking out clients outside of Equinox or outside of a Lifetime.
Right. Yeah, my experience has been fairly good in that I've been able to sort of live my life, for lack of better terms, but getting back to sort of what Cochi is about, that's part of the reason why we created it as well, was because we wanted to give the trainers an opportunity to have something outside of Equinox, being locked into a club setting or a club environment. So here's the thing, the pandemic has done a lot of things for people, both good and bad. But for me and for my company, it just allowed us the opportunity to become more creative. Yeah. And I think for companies like yours, Abigail, and for Body Chemist and for the lab, like what I saw, even when I saw you, Rocco, as you were starting to develop the lab, I saw collaboration all the time. Like, as the lab starts to grow, we get Cochi in there where trainers can actually link into Cochi. So instead of just going out and having coffee when they have slow periods.
Lab's going to be global soon.
Yeah. And so instead of having slow periods, they can be on the app like an Uber driver and just waiting for somebody to come and click in.
And they can do it anywhere. And so they could do it in on a staircase in Santa Monica if they wanted, or in the ocean.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Probably not the ocean.
Hey, some people want to swim. I personally don't want to swim.
But the whole idea of trainers being married to the gym that they work at, or gyms trying to be in control, or charging very, very, very high commissions. So that was the other issue that we wanted to really address as a company.
I was just going to ask about the pricing.
So our company is free for clients. So clients can browse and they can hire a trainer as much as they want for completely free. There's no charge.
So the app is free of charge for a client
to browse and search. Once the thing is, the client and the trainer have to set their profiles up completely, otherwise they can't be seen. So, but for a client, it's completely free. There's no charges at all. Eventually, we'll have subscriptions, which is going to be our second or third. I think that's going to be our third income stream. But with the subscriptions, they'll be able to subscribe and they'll have a tier.
Right.
And so, like, for example, if they...
So there'll be kind of ranks, like if...
like platinum, gold, silver, and like you...
So kind of like on Yelp, if you could rank the restaurant and leave...
like the dollar
signs. Yeah, you can leave dollar signs of what their price is, what the quality of their service, and then you could also leave comments on the service. Oh, Skip was an amazing trainer. He made sure to have the best bedside manner and make sure that he wiped the sweat off my forehead.
Whatever.
and made sure to stretch me at the end and made me feel better than when I came.
Exactly.
So what is the revenue? Is it a revenue share or model, or
our first and main source of revenue comes from the trainer. So we take a very small percentage of the trainer's earnings. We also have an opportunity that we're just now about to start launching where the trainers can get tipped. And so we're going to encourage trainers to be able to get tipped, because they can actually pay for their commission through their tips.
You know, it's funny, most apps or most businesses like Equinox and Lifetime don't allow their trainers to get tips. And then as a service-based industry, as a trainer, you never see a trainer get tipped at all.
Nope.
Which I think is
unfair.
Is unfair as a whether you're a waitress or you're a hairdresser.
It's a service.
You get tipped for those, but as a trainer who's a fitness professional who's put years and years into their craft, like a hairdresser, not taking anything away from a stylist, from any other service-based industry, But we as fitness professionals, as strength and conditioning coaches, as dietitians, as people within this industry who have went through extensive certifications, schooling, 4+ years, whether it be a bachelor's or a master's or even a doctorate, never get tipped. And it shouldn't be like that because of the amount of schooling. That shouldn't take away from me tipping you as a service-based professional.
Right.
Well, let me tell you, we've thought about so many things, Abigail. We have gender preferences on the app. We have, we're going to have the capability. Right now, we don't have the capability of tipping, but what we do have is the trainer is allowed to change their rates on the spot. So let's say if Abigail does hire you at $100 per session, and she says, you know what, I'd really like to give you an extra $10. You can just swipe up to 110 right there.
So you have
then when it goes through, the additional $10 are on there. Now guess what that does? We take 7.5%. You just covered your commission.
That is great.
So now, and we take the 7.5% pre-tax. So when your taxes come out, you don't pay $110. You pay $100.
It's amazing.
You pay taxes on $100. We were very, 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 very adamant about the gender preferences. We wanted to be all inclusive. I used to train a transgender female, and so it really made me think about her comfortability with a trainer. And we may have transgender coaches, and how would they feel, their comfortability levels. We wanted to make sure we were including as many people as we could with the development of the app, and continually we will do that. We are an all-inclusive company.
That's great. So you pretty much cover all grounds of the whole app.
Yeah, we're trying. You know what? We're super excited about it, Abigail. We're super excited about collaborating with major companies like yourself, like Rocco. I love Rocco to death, and I think that he's going to be huge. Obviously, you do too. We have the same sentiment for Rocco, and so we want to try and create as much as we can, and not allow this pandemic to be something.
So it's really, honestly, it's like the future is really about creating a complete circle of fitness model.
Yes,
and I think that having technologies like yours and mine combination together, along with
the strong fitness professionals and strong-minded individuals that are
correct,
growth mindset.
So yeah, that's one of the things that I would just tell any entrepreneur. My experience has been, being an entrepreneur is difficult. I'm not going to tell anybody that it's not. It's one of the most difficult things I've ever had to do. I think what I would say to anybody is just don't quit. You just gotta keep going.
You have to stay in the game.
Yeah, you gotta stay in the game.
That actually leads me to one of my questions. So what would you urge entrepreneurs and fitness professionals to do to grow in their respective business and to pursue their dreams?
So my first answer to that is don't quit. Obviously, you want to use as much resources as possible. I'm providing a resource with Cochi for fitness professionals to go on board and help enhance their businesses. But outside of that, you're going to have all sorts of obstacles. There's going to be all sorts of things thrown in your path. There's going to be different concerns, and for me, the biggest thing is that when something happens to me that I think is maybe not that great, I take it in, I absorb it, I learn from it, and then I move forward. Because you might be like literally at the 5-yard line to explode. Like you could be like right there. Most people quit. Most people quit.
Yeah, when you're
right
the closest.
There. You're right there.
It's funny. There's this meme where there's two people. They're both digging.
Yeah.
And this picture shows it's a pretty famous I think picture.
Yeah.
And this person's digging. Two of them are digging. One person turns around and quit, and he's 5 feet away from gold.
Yep.
And the other person is about 10 feet away from that gold, and he continues to dig. You know, and that's about the hunger that you have as a entrepreneur or a fitness professional, or whatever respect that you are trying to grow in, whether it be a bodybuilder, whether it be a fitness professional, whether it be an entrepreneur, whatever you want. If you want it bad enough in life, you're going to continue to roll with the punches, roll with the waves, and make sure that you continue to fight the adversity, to fight the challenges, and just continue to pursue your passions.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of people struggle with, is as soon as they're faced with any challenge, any type of adversity, they roll away, they roll back.
They forgot how they started it in the first place.
They forget their passion.
Yeah, so they
lose the reason why.
We start out with great ideas, but if you don't push forward and continue to push forward, it's just a great idea. Yeah. And there's a bunch of great ideas out there. And I mean, I'm a grown man. I have cried nights. I've cried myself to sleep at night over this app. I've wanted to quit 2 or 3 times at least. I can think of major times where I was just like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to be a personal trainer. That's it. But I can't. There's something about it that tells me that this is going to help a lot of people.
Yeah.
What would you say your current plans are to expand your reach in Cochi, and also some challenges that you've had developing the app?
Most app development challenges that I've had have been communicating with the developers. You know, developers are interesting.
I hear you. I know what you mean.
They're very interesting. So like if you tell them, hey, you know, let's say if you're building a house and you say, you know, I want 2 bathrooms and 3 bedrooms. They'll put you 2 bathrooms and 3 bedrooms and they just put them anywhere. So, you know, we find out that, you know, then when you get your house, you open up the door, you're like, wait, hold on. I don't want the bathroom in the kitchen. You know what I mean? I want the bathroom over there. And so, like, one of the biggest challenges is, like, communicating with the developers. Money was a challenge at first, but then when I just decided that, hey, this is going to be something I've got to fund, and then that's when I started, that became not a challenge anymore because...
Was it, so you're saying it was more of a mindset perception challenge to let go and forgo the hard-earned money that you had,
and just start putting
it, because I think that's a huge challenge that most entrepreneurs or people that want to risk pursuing their dreams, pursuing those things, is they perceive something as, I am spending this rather than investing it, you know? And I think that's the biggest thing.
It's really about
an investment.
Gambling.
Yeah.
Gambling.
Taking the risk.
It's gambling on you, though.
Yes, you're gambling on you.
On you.
Because you believe in you.
Because you believe in you.
You have to.
Who's the person that you can rely on the most at the end of the day?
You. Now,
yes.
I'll tell you a quick story. Well, you know, I train some fairly high-profile people. And one of my clients, L.A. Reid is one of my clients, and L.A. Told me once, and it was really pivotal in the development of this app. I was telling him about the app, and I was talking about it, and I said, but I just got to get some money. And he was like, well, use your own money. And I was like, I can't use my own money. I don't have money. He said, you're not ready. Exactly. I'll never forget when he told me that. He said, you're not ready. I was training him at Equinox. He said, you're not ready. You're not ready. He said, because when you're ready, you're going to risk everything because you believe in yourself. Yeah. And I was like, holy crap. And it was like...
Was a eureka moment. It was like...
It was a eureka moment. And that day, I called my bank and I said, you know what, how much money do I have in my, you know, retirement fund? And they told me. And I said, I want to take $10,000 out. And they said, okay. And I took $10,000 out. And that's how this started.
That is an amazing story, man.
I did that week. But I think, you know, the laws of attraction say that you draw in what needs to be drawn into you based on what you're putting out. And so I believe that through all of my meditation and all my prayers and stuff like that, that the universe sent LA into my life, and he's still a very integral part of my life. Yeah,
and most of the time it's really about, like, it's a lot to do with somebody that basically, like, we just need a little bit of push.
A push.
Yeah.
Yep. But my ego.
Your ego is not your amigo, my friend.
It's not. But that time my ego was, because he told me that, and I got, it woke something up.
Lit a fire in you, man.
Yeah, he was like, you're not ready. And when he said, you're not ready, I was like, what?
I am
Sometimes
ready.
you gotta put a fire under your ass, man.
Yeah. So that was a good thing. And I
it's funny.
Got the money.
It's the biggest challenge that, the reason I asked you that question is the biggest challenge that I've always had is, you know, when you see yourself, like, not pinching pennies, but you see yourself counting your money, and you're like, I need to save this because I don't know when something big is gonna happen.
Right.
But that big thing is in your control. You know, the big thing that I'm like, I don't know when something big is going to happen is, you don't know because you're not ready, like you said.
Yeah.
So when something does happen, it pushes you against the wall. It puts your back against the wall. But the only place you have to move is forward, right? Because any further back, you're pressed hard up against that wall. And if that wall keeps on moving forward, wherever you are, I put this metaphor on, that wall is on one of those moving lanes at a airport, right?
Okay.
And if your back's against that, you're going to continue to move forward, right? But it's just your perception, your mindset that you still have space to move.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I made that mental decision to risk investing my money into gym equipment, investing my money into marketing myself as a fitness professional, investing my money, my hard-earned money that I got from my clients from the business of Equinox or the facilities I was training at, to risk it all and market myself, brand myself, start this podcast, open up the lab. You know, it was almost the most freeing day of my life because now I've developed something that I've built myself.
Yeah, it's yours.
It's mine. I can, I might.
Nobody can take it away from you.
No one can take up the brand of the Body Chemist away from me. No one can take away the lab away from me because I know that no matter how pushed back against that wall I become, I'm still going to move forward.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm still going to expand on that business. I'm still going to grow. And once you have that mindset of you're investing in yourself and all this, the biggest proponent is you, I think that's when you're truly free.
Yeah, that's when you start the journey. You're always doing it. You know, you're always doing it. And so I always knew, you know, I would tell you way back when, I'm like, Rocco, stop worrying, you're good.
Exactly.
You know, but
it's just about really navigating to the right resource that you have.
Yeah.
Even if it's a friend of yours, right? So it's like, hey, okay, I don't have this particular equipment, but where can I get it cheaper?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's really about
It's finding the proper resources and collaborating with the right people, seeking constant help, getting the correct resources, and you know, once you put that, like you said, the law of attraction.
Yeah.
When you put that energy out there, the energy in the right direction, as L.A. Reid said, you're not ready because your energy was not in the correct direction. Once you put that energy out there, the energy will come back in spades.
Well, the thing that I tell people is you meditate, you ask for what you want, and then you just relax and receive. That's it. You don't do anything else. So a lot of people want to do a lot of stuff. They think that if I'm doing a lot of stuff, that's what's happening.
No,
my
focus
business partner
is the key.
Yeah,
focus is the key.
My business partner came into my life initially as a client, and I could not have done any of this without him. He's amazing, and we work really well together. And it was all because I put the energy out there, and then I stepped back and I just relaxed and I allowed myself to receive. And that's how everything has worked. I moved out here from New York with nothing. I didn't have a clientele. I had, I think, 17 grand in the bank. That was it. I had no clientele. Went to Equinox, zero. Within, I think, me and Rocco at a certain point, we were first and second at the gym. And that was like less than a year or so later.
Well, when you say first and second, just elaborate so they understand.
So Equinox has a hierarchy of trainers, for lack of better terms, and based on your production, you're ranked.
So productivity.
Productivity. You're ranked. And Rocco, at a certain point, just skyrocketed and surpassed everyone. There was no touching him. But for a short while, there was the ranking system. I was always in the top 5, and for a short while, for number 1 and number 2, it was me and Rocco, and they would tease us.
And our friend Yancey, who's also
Yancey as well, who is my mentor, and he was number 1 for decades, for like a decade. He was number
crazy.
1. But
Yancey will be on the podcast soon.
Oh, cool.
He's coming on next week.
Oh, Yancey's awesome.
So guys, wait for Yancey. Yancey, what's Yancey's channel?
YB Wellness.
YB Wellness is his Instagram.
Yeah.
And he co-hosts. Is it
Comwell
on YouTube, on Common's YouTube channel. He'll be on. Hopefully Common will be on as well.
That'd be
if
awesome.
we can get him on, and we're gonna get some Comwell.
Yeah, and Yancey's my mentor. Yancey has helped me through most of my most difficult times through the process of
This actually leads me to my last question.
Yes, go for it.
So, if you've ever had adversity, which I'm assuming you have from some of the stories you've told me within your life, as most people do, what advice do you want to give to the entrepreneurs, the fitness professionals, or just anyone out there, any person to overcome it, to face their fears, to pursue their dreams?
Well, one of the first things is get yourself a great mentor. Get yourself somebody who has what you want, that you can talk to, that will give you a real feedback. Not somebody who's going to tell you what you want to hear. Somebody who's going to tell you the real feedback. And surround
So someone
yourself,
who's just not your yes man. You don't want a yes man.
No. You want somebody who's going to give you the real feedback, and surround yourself.
You need to surround yourself with people that
challenge you.
But you have to
No
surround
risk it.
yourself.
No risk it. No biscuit.
Yeah, you have to surround yourself with high frequency people who are on the same discs as you are. That's important.
It's all about capacity, right?
Because the thing is, it's just like real estate. If you build a cheap house in a great neighborhood, the rest of the property values are going to go down.
Right.
You don't want to make a house of popsicle sticks.
Yeah, you want to surround yourself with high frequency people, go-getters, and that's going to help bring you up. As a matter of fact, I would say I try to surround myself with people who have more than what I have,
because you can learn from them.
Yeah, I can
learn from them.
You want to be the least successful person in the room, typically.
You want to be
in some capacity. Correct. You want to be the least successful person in one of those given fields, because you'll always have something to learn. Now, I might be one of the most knowledgeable in the room about bodybuilding.
Right.
But if I walk into a room with Phil Heath and Jay Cutler, those people are going to teach me on bodybuilding. Exactly. If I walk into the room with trainers, I might be the top 1 or 2 or maybe top 10, but I still have something to learn from those people.
Always.
With entrepreneurs as yourself,
Every day.
I am not the most successful person in this room, and I can learn from you, and I can learn from Abby, and I can learn. So it's always, I think, what you're trying to convey to our watchers are, there's always something that you can learn
from everybody, every experience. And here's the thing. I'll be 55 in January. I've learned more from people half my age, 25. Don't limit. People cut things off before they even give it an opportunity. It's
your ego.
Just because somebody is younger than you doesn't mean that they can't teach you.
Oh,
Just because it's a female doesn't mean she can't teach you. Just because it's
they're transgender or black or yellow or green or bald or...
I go into every experience with whoever I meet. I go into it with, I am going to make the most out of this experience.
If they're green, you might want to stay away from them. They might be sick. They might have COVID. Ask if they can taste or smell.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
awesome. This has been awesome.
I thank you, Skip.
Absolutely.
Mario. Guys, check out Cochi. So Cochi is a great app. If you want to seek any fitness professional, any trainer, anyone who is going to guide you in your pursuit, in your goals to fitness, into health, look up, download Cochi, find and seek your fitness professional out. Skip will be there waiting for you. He'll send you your first message, welcome you to the app. And I thank all you guys for subscribing, for watching, and I hope to have you all back on our next episode of the Body ChemCast.